Hey, everybody out there. My name is Janelle, and I have taken it upon myself to start a YouTube page. Um, for now, it'll be something that I don't even really share with people that I know because I just want to see how far this can reach people. Um, First of all, I am sitting on my floor. It's only because it's comfortable. I really do have a bed and pillows and blankets and all of that. But as you can see, um, the name of this YouTube channel is called Beyond the Frame. I just want to explain that real quick. This won't be a long video at all. At least that's my plan. So Beyond the Frame just simply declares that there are things that are going on with us that are way beyond what you can see. People are dealing with mental illness. People are dealing with invisible diseases, all sorts of things, stress, depression, anxiety, and so much more. Even grief. So many things that I've left out, but it would be too much to name. That's the reason why I'm calling this channel Beyond the Frame. I know my eyes look really sad right now. I look probably pretty tired. Well, that's because I am. Last year, just to share a brief bit of what I've been dealing with, I went through a traumatic experience where the strongest person would be taken down to their knees. And it was a family situation that I'm choosing not to go in depth. I don't think that's important. What's important is that I went several years undiagnosed. And like some of you that may watch this video, you know that something's off with you. Like, you know, if there's that little pain on the left side of your stomach that feels so deep within you, that means something, that something's wrong, right? Been feeling that since I was about probably 12 years old. But fast forward, because I can get a bit scatterbrained, fast forward to really the end of 2017 when everything started kind of going haywire for me. Had the family crisis. It was very traumatic, something I'm still dealing with. Found out the first part of it in November of 2017, but found out the rest of it, hopefully the rest of it, in 2018, in March. November to March is not a long time. And so you're getting hit back to back with bad news. So if you can think back to when I already mentioned the issues that I felt that I had since I was about 12 years old, and then piled this on top of it. And of course, just always saying, I can do this. I can take this on. Oh, you have a problem? I'm your girl. I can solve it. It's not a big deal. Or let's pray together. Let's go to the mall. You know, I was just so eager to be able to help other people, but inside I was drowning. I was suffocating. And all this time, I'm just going on thinking, you know, I'll be able to probably keep this up for the rest of my life. Maybe one day I will go and see some type of therapist or something. Well, fast forward to October 2018, I pretty much, in a nutshell, had a mental breakdown where I was truly unable to get to work. I was terrified. I was crying all the time. I didn't know what in the heck was going on with me. Outside of the crying, I felt afraid to get in the car, afraid to go to work. My appetite was low. And then those suicidal thoughts that had been pressing me for years, after, of course, one attempt in 2006, 5 or 6, when I was in college and just really overwhelmed. I actually had an attempt then. But I actually wanted to die this time. But at the time, I didn't want to do anything about that. I didn't want to go and take pills, which was, my go-to thought. I'll just take some pills and just keep moving. But this time I had to go to the ER. And by the way, I've been in the mental health field for quite some time. Yeah. But we'll touch on that another time. So I ended up going to the ER. They sent me home because I wasn't a threat or danger to myself or anyone else. Any of you who are in the field or have ever been in psychiatric care, they always ask you that because they want to know if you're going to go home and you're going to be safe or you have some type of safety plan. Sorry for all of the moving. My phone is weird and it's trying to die on me. And the charger doesn't work too well. But anyway, November, I went back to work in October after all that happened, and worked with my primary care doctor because I didn't have a psychiatrist, but I had a therapist. So come November, right after Thanksgiving, I had this episode again. And when I speak of an episode, I'm basically talking about just the tearfulness, scared to go to work. I was being dumped on at work as far as like different jobs to do. I was in admissions and doing assessments. It's a lot of work if you've ever been in that line of business. The patients and clients, they were not the issue. It was the workload, and the expectations were coming really, really fast as far as where I needed to be. And I had only been there for 2 months. Go figure, right? So I ended up going to the hospital. That time I had a plan. I wanted to take my life, and my option that I thought I had was to just take pills and just get it over with. My amazing husband, which you'll hear me talk about him quite a bit because he is the number one support system that I have, and he's been trying to help me as best as he can. So they made me stay in the hospital in Dallas. I'm in Bedford, Texas, closer to Fort Worth, but I knew of this hospital in Dallas, and so I decided, we needed to go. I kind of didn't want to go, but my husband said, "Hey, we gotta get you taken care of. I can't lose you." And so I went to the ER because I had a plan and I wanted to harm myself. I was told to stay. What an experience that I will dive into, because that's basically considered, inpatient, although I was only there for almost 48 hours. So I had another hospital stay about maybe a week after that. I was being told, okay, you got to come back to work and all of that. And I just felt like I couldn't. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you've ever been in this place, but it does come a time, depending on where you are mentally, that you hit rock bottom completely and you freeze. It feels like you can't move a muscle in life mentally. I felt stuck. I was like, I can't do this, any of this. So I haven't been back to work since December. It's not ideal, but my life means so much that I had to do this so that I can still be here. I only said I wanted to make this particular video about 10 minutes, and it's already 9 minutes and 30 seconds in. Can you believe that? Time flies. Anyway, I wanted to start this page, and I think for now I'm gonna have it done on my phone. I prefer it over the Mac, and I don't have a fancy dancy camera or anything right now. But I do want you to like this video, and I want you to subscribe, as my friend Ryan says. If you can, like in faith. So, what I'll be discussing on here is how I'm doing. I feel like that'll be therapeutic, but I also want people to know that you're not by yourself. There's so many of us, unfortunately, that are suffering from mental illness. We can be so misunderstood, right? And I want to be able to talk with you about that and have dialogue. I want you to know that you have support here as I'm working through this and going through this journey. I want you guys to take it with me, okay? So, again, my name is Janelle. I'm not going to ask you to share it, but if you want to, that's fine too. If you think this channel might help someone else, please share it with them. I'll be talking also about our allies, which are our support system. Those people who come behind us and push us and say, hey, keep going. I got you. I can be there for you. But it's also to bring awareness so that those of our loved ones and friends who are obviously a part of our loved ones title there, they need to know how serious this is. They need to know how to best support us. Again, disclaimer that I'll have in the bottom. I am not a doctor nor a therapist. I am not a licensed professional. If you need help, I do have it linked at the bottom. But if you'd like to hear more from me, you just, since I'm not editing this, just subscribe and like the video. I will try to do this once or twice a week. See how it goes. I want to pose a question, and this is the plan that I would like to do every time before I sign off, and have the previous question addressed in the next video. So I want to hear from you. When did you notice that you were experiencing some type of mental illness, or you felt like there was something going on in your mind that you didn't quite understand? You try to explain it and people couldn't figure it out. And I also want to know, what are you doing in order to help yourself cope? That could be taking medications, seeing a doctor to get medications prescribed, yoga, meditation, church, prayer, a great support system. I want to hear from you. And I look forward to dialoguing with you. You're not alone, and I care. This is Janelle, Beyond the Frame, signing off.